This is CNN Breaking News.
It's Dominic Bowden here. I'm on live now. Just cue me back.
Yes, that's what technology does to you, doesn't it? Sometimes.
Audio issues all through the evening.
Live television.
The jury must decide who gave the pop star his last lethal dose of anaesthesia, of an anaesthetic drug.
Thank you, Lucas. Only I have to say, did you say with the Prime Minister going down on him?
Down on him? No, the Prime Minister was here. He had a photo too. I don't know if he went down on him, Petra.
No, I hope not.
Good morning. 3-year-old Jian Shun Shui, who was abandoned by her father in Melbourne after the murder of her mother in Auckland, has returned home.
Malcolm Turnbull is making his big pitch in
Yay,
Yeah. What was that? A big...
Joining you now with some breaking news here at the Sky News Centre. We have Harold Pinter, who's joining us. The playwright Harold Pinter, I believe, has just died. Has won the Nobel Prize for Literature. Apologies for that.
Is Anna Nicole Smith still dead, Wolf?
Yes, we're going to updating our viewers coming up shortly on
Can't wait for
the
that.
mysterious circumstances surrounding that, Jack.
I love the way Stu does.
You like that noise?
I just swallow it.
Yeah. Yes,
I just gulp it.
You promised to spit before we started.
No way.
Haven't no...
And the central bank also says that our retail banks are in a much better position this year than what they were during the credit crunch 3 years ago.
In the championship, Northland needed a win today to make the semis when they took on frontrunners Cunty's Monaco.
Right, Paula Bennett, Social Development Minister. Paula Benefit, I do apologise.
It does happen. OK, thank you very much for joining me this morning. That's Paula Bennett. Sorry, excuse me, Freudian slip.
Coming up, why real men are dying to breed.
No.
Apparently.
Dying breed.
Are a dying.
I wanted to satisfy myself.
Today, Julia Gillard defends her approach to Labor's welfare spending decisions.
They weren't the only winners tonight. Kids of 88, Dane Rumble and Anika Moa all picked up one award, as did North Shore Rockers, the Chacks. And as did North Shore Rockers, the Chacks. And someone else who I've gone completely blank on.
One of those nights, Joe. Have a great one. Thanks for that. That's Joanna Hogan, live from Auckland's Vector Arena there.
Well, we're going to return to Suva now to our Pacific correspondent, Barbara Drever. Barbara, there have been some developments there in the last few minutes. Tell us what they are. Oh yes, the treason charges have just been dropped, and against all of those who have just appeared in court. Now, these men are now not accused. Are we on? Yes, you are on. Go for it, Barb. Keep talking, Barbara. Right. They are now accused. They are now accused of just conspiracy to murder and not of treason.
Kim, thank you. The cruise ship, the Pacific Sun, docked in Auckland. Kim, thank you. The cruise ship, the Pacific Sun.
Well, shortly the New Zealand Parliament will be in session, and we're joined now by our political correspondent Richard Harman, who's in the press gallery overlooking the debating chamber. Richard, what is going to happen this afternoon?
Can we just cut to the prayer at the moment that's going on here in this chamber?
Hello. Well, obviously we're having some technical difficulties there. We'll be returning to Richard in a moment.
In One Network News tonight...
Western Samoa's leaders say they can't afford to feed their people. Their cabinet today learns the real cost of Cyclone Offa.
That story in full.
At 10 o'clock.
And when you do go down, you'll be looking up Rhonda.
I'll be looking up Rhonda. I'll go down after nightfall. I'll hunt her out, and I'll... Anyway, we move on.
Do you have a pet that seems to have this spooky skill of picking what you're going to do next or second-guessing you? Do you have a psychic pussy or rover?
They're quite clean, apparently, quite clean animals. They're forever cleaning themselves. Unfortunately, they clean themselves with urine.
Anyway. Thank you, precious pup. It was a bit wheezy. You sound like a rat this morning. Anyway, we had quite a bit of feedback from you this morning.
But it's still not known if and when he'll meet Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. There's been an assurance from the government tonight.
In One Network News tonight.
Hawke swoops and names an early election day, but Peacock says he's ready for the race. Australian voters have 5 weeks to decide. It's you.
A couple of emails here from people who live in Paraparaumu. You okay? God, it's cold. Oh, some water. Do you like water? There you go.
Quick slurp.
I live about 100 metres from the crash site.
Look what I've done! Oh, dear.
I'm just going to keep reading. We could just go to one shot here if that's if we need to do that.
Qantas water when it's not.
Television gold for you. I wonder if Dan News was recording that one.
Yes, good evening. The Met Service says the tornado ripped through Waikanae shortly after 4 p.m, as well as the strong winds. There was heavy rain and marble-sized golf balls.
Peter, much of the day has been spent clearing up this debris that was just flung from absolutely everywhere in yesterday's tornado.
Some frustration there by passengers. What's the likelihood the fog will clear soon?
Elsewhere, it'll be largely dry with patches of frost and frog. Fog and frost, that is, obviously.
A powerful typhoon has struck disaster-ravaged Japan.
This is Prime News. First at 5:30.
Kia ora, good evening.
A Melbourne landlord is crying out, "Gimme, gimme, gimme," after a rare piece of ABBA memorabilia disappeared from their rented home.
Some of Mark Todd's personal habits, frankly, don't always lend to, being...
That's a curly one, Peter.
Well, he's had the odd fag over the years, hasn't he? So you wouldn't have thought he was necessarily the...
What did you just say?
This is Prime News. First at 5:30.
Kia ora, good evening. Oscar Pistorius has been allowed to walk free from the courtroom.
Now, we can confirm that 2 people have died and 2 people are in fatal condition.
Once he's weaned, the farmer plans to join the lamb with the rest of the flock. But in the meantime, he'll be milking it for all it's worth.
That's today's news on the Discovery Channel. She's Hilary Barry and I'm Mike McRoberts, and now it's Campbell Live.
Catch you then. Cheers.
Pete, you want to come over to my house? I've got a couple of holes.
It's just edging into a little bit of a relief. I think the Lindau is flowing a little bit more freely as we see that lead open over Paul Goldsmith, the National candidate. Speaking to people during the day...
Off you go, Mike. Could you read that for me? I don't know where he's gone.
I'll tell you where he's gone. Friday drinks.
I know, he never... This is a true story. He never came back. He went upstairs to get a glass of wine.
But ain't the villain handsome?
No, you're so good. Do you want to read
that? Auckland dodged thunderstorms this afternoon. But what about the rest of the country? And the weekend, Hilary? Mike has details next.
Lance Armstrong has spoken publicly for the first time since being handed a life ban from professional cycling. Different Lance.
Story has been unfolding, and I've lost my microphone, which is not a very clever thing at all to do. It's completely unprofessional. Excuse me while I find it. I'm trying to get up my jacket, which I did think I had on. So we have an amazing story that's been unfolding in the Pacific Ocean over the past couple of hours. The second daring attempt to rescue 2 people from a stricken yacht hundreds of kilometres northeast of the Chatham Islands is now underway.
Well, sometimes, as you know, I just stick my fist in and go for it. And then have been known to fall asleep during that process.
That's one way of doing it.
The 80-year-old pensioner who ruined a priceless fresco at a Spanish church has complained to reporters that the criticism is very unfair because she hadn't finished it yet. I shouldn't laugh. Art restorers say it may never be possible to undo her work. ITV's Nina Nana reports.
The botch-up has been compared to the infamous Monkey Christ, another failed restoration, which left a fresco of Jesus looking like a primate.
I wasn't going to laugh. Mike has got me again. They were shocking restorations. Right, moving on. In the British... You've just stopped laughing.
Yeah, we're first line down here at the waterfront, and we've happened upon quite a nice day actually today, which is...
We've had to wait. Day 4, finally, we've got a bit of sun.
We've had some visitors, we've had some kayakers.
Magnificent scene out there.
Kayakers, swimmers, we've even had a shag on the rocks. The shag the bird on the rocks. Nothing to do with me and Michael, just the bird out there. Look, there it is, look, proves my point. Gosh, it's way too early for that kind of carry on.
Yes, Greg, tonight is day one of the biggest week of the Fashion Week of New Zealand's fashion media.
That's Jack Romney, that is Jack Tame in Boston.
We're going to do a little bit of contortionism, but it's very early, and because of the late arrival, we haven't had a chance to warm up.
But I might show you my box.
It sounds amazing.
Simon, the Blitz starts on Monday and goes for a week. So if you have a tendency to make a phone call or send a text message while at the set of lights, be warned, police are on the lookout. And if you get a fine, it's unlikely you'll do that.
Well, GNS says the saving grace, if you like, this time around is that the eruption or the mountain only spewed ash and gas.
And that is one news in a moment.
The Black Caps were put in on a green Hobart pitch.
Now, what do you reckon Kate and Will's going to get up to on their honeymoon?
Oh, can we say it on TV?
Well, it depends.
Anal.
Jay Grumley, this is Melanchoshi from Sunrise. Would you like $10,000 on this Thursday morning?
Are you fucking serious?
Good afternoon from the 7 Newsroom. I'm Jacqueline Felgate.
Now, experts are recommending to get out of the country because artificial light, the artificial light will cause
Okay.
Back to you, Sasha.
4 firefighters are hurt after a fire truck overturns on the highway this morning.
All right, welcome back.
Harry Potter.
He has broken promises about funding cuts. I got that one right then. It could have been that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, hey guys, it was a great game.
Why urinate in your own mouth?
I like to share the love out there. Just ask your girlfriend.
So you haven't had a good dump for about a week now, is that right?
You must have had to beat off a lot of American men to get this part. Why does that make you giggle? Did you not have to beat them off?
All worth it. Look at that sweat down there. A lot of sweat and tears for a great cause in the Halberg Sport Trust. So.
I'm getting wet talking to you.
And Hilary, that's it from here for the time being.
Mike, thank you.
Hilary, that's it from here for the time being.
Thanks, Mike.
A woman is dead after a wild rhino, I have to go with that, went on a rampage through a city in southern Nepal.
This asshole that I'm married to, he goes, oh, I'm going to skiing, okay, on it, you're okay, on it. And then he slightly goes...
Time for the weather now, Mark. Quite a warm day today.
Figures released to Fairfax under the Official Information Act.
This is BBC News. I'm Carol Walker.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm quite an anal cleaner, actually.
Are you?
Well, not an anal cleaner, but I'm an anal cleaner.
Yeah. Don't argue with a good Woody.
Yeah.
Good Westie.
I mean, weather, please.
What is the difference technically between a mannequin and a sex doll? Like, aren't they just basically both mannequins?
We do not want to go into that. We do not want to go into that.
He loves it little and I like it big. I'm a thrasher in bed.
What?
Don't be so revolting. I go from side to side, like I pull with them and thrash that way. No.
John Key he's my hero. I'll be in that bar later if he wants to come pull my pony.
Okay, I've got to...
Where do we go to here?
I would have gone down there and cut the power or something like that, you know?
I love the idea.
Whatever tickles your fanny.
I love whatever tickles your fancy.
Fancy.
No known links to the border. Zach Fleming is outside the Vincent residences in central Auckland where that person lives. And Zach, what is the advice for people who live there?
I've got no comms.
It's all well and good. It's all well and good, you know, to look back at things in retrospect, isn't it?
James, don't try and
My name is Jack.
So tomorrow, not bad, but there will be a few inside moments over the long weekend for some of us.
Nothing wrong with a few inside moments, that's for sure. Thank you very much, Heather. And that is News Hub Live at 6 for today.
Right after the break, we're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind.
Well, no, the thing I'm staggered a little bit by is who mistook you for Chris Hipkins?
A colleague, someone I work with on a daily basis.
Yeah. You do have that same kind of comb over.
Sorry, I have a bit of a comb over?
Isn't that what it is? Side part comb over?
No.
We're just going to leave you there, Indira. I mean, normally we step in. I mean, the thing about breakfast is that when one of your colleagues makes a little stumble, you reach out to sort of catch them.
Oh, no, I was
but
just
I'm just stumble away. No, I'm just going, yeah.
I need to just remind you that today is Mother's Day.
The Ta'ai family has lost their money as well as their furniture. They talked to Pacific correspondent Barbara Drever.
Extinctions, I don't have to tell you, have been part of the natural history of the world for millennia. Man-made extinctions have even happened before. I guess we hunted the dildo into extinction. But the dodo, rather, forgive me. I'm having trouble with my words today.
Thank you very much. Wendy Petrie, live from the Christchurch High Court. And of course, it doesn't matter what time that verdict comes back. We will, of course, cross live to it regardless here on One and live stream it also on our website.
Righty ho, what are we going to now?
So we're off to a bit of...
We're finishing, I think. That's it. Oh, there we go. We've done it. That's all from First Line this morning. Do join us again tomorrow from 6 o'clock. I'm Sasha McNeil.
And I'm Michael Wilson. Our news teams are back at midday and again at 6 this evening. Have a great day.